All right, so what we're doing here is, I'm sorry, I had my audio off, so that was unfortunate, but I think you could see what I was trying to do. And now what I will do is, I need to actually go back here, add an avatar descriptor. So do add component and then VARC avatar descriptor. VARC avatar descriptor. So we've selected the prefab, add component, and then I'll type in VRC avatar pedestal. No, VRT avatar descriptor, but there is no avatar descriptor. Let me try descriptor. VRC scene descriptor. Avatar pedestal. Huh. Well, that's confusing. It should have a VRC avatar descriptor. That was an SDK2. Avatars 3 documentation. Well, that is weird because we don't seem to have the avatar descriptor. If I look at the packages here and I go to VRC, Client Simulator, VRC Chat SDK Base, Worlds, maybe because I did not put in the avatar. Uh-oh. Let me see that. Maybe what I need to do, maybe I need to go back to Creator Companion and I shouldn't use that same project. Perhaps, because I'd added all of these, there's worlds, there's base, I probably need to do one that is a new one and make it avatar. Yep, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And I'll call this Florida Wildlife Corridor Avatars and keep it in the same place and create it and just use that template. So I'm using Creator Companion and I'm not just going into Unity and making things. So I guess we'll just have to wait. And then this has the avatars in there and it has the base. So it has a different one in there. It doesn't have the world toolkit. There's an avatars manager. I can add that. And easy quest switch is good to have. And then a gesture manager for doing avatars. So I'll have to go through that process I did again. So I'm going to open that project. See you later. And of course, it's like watching paint dry. So when I'm working in Unity like this, I tend to then go and watch other tutorials while I'm waiting. And I look down at the green line to see if things are working, because you're going to waste a lot of time. And I'm learning Gravity Sketch here. So this is another tool that we use in VR with our VR headsets in our class, envisioning sustainability. And I'm trying to learn to master that. And you're going to find, as we discussed this morning in our talk with our team.
All right, and now that we have a general shape,
you're going to find that you're going to have to learn a whole bunch of different software packages and then map them on to whatever project you're working and do a lot, basically compositing.
turn on smoothing, see what that looks like. And it looks pretty good. It's like very natural kind of lines, very organic. And so I'm gonna just drop in some extra edge loops here and sort of tighten up.
So that's what I do. I watch stuff while I'm waiting, because otherwise you're sitting like watching paint dry, waiting for these imports to happen. Also worth taking the time to read then more of this. It'd be nice if we used Character Creator for creating avatars, then it would probably be much simpler, but there's a 30-day trial for free and then it costs, and before plunging into that, and getting into the free trial. I want to see what I can do just using the tools that I'm already somewhat familiar with. So we will continue thinking through this. It's almost done. You want to set the view position. This is where your camera will be positioned in VR chat. You can see a visual representation as a small right here on the screen. If your avatar is ahead, and the best position is between the eyes. Okay, there's lip sync mode. Expand the lip sync drop down. That looks pretty cool. And this is all assuming we're going to use VR chat. And in the end, we may not. And then we'll have to look for some other tools to, I mean, I don't think we are going to use VR chat ultimately for the whole project, but here we are. So yeah, I guess I can't do the rigging in this. This is the file where I have a scene called Rosebud, and this is where I'm rebuilding the Rosebud continuum with the biodigesters. But it is using in its components the Udon sync player. It's using, which we don't really get to use, that's for that screen over there. It is using VRC World. So that's the plugin that came when I used here in Content Creator when I went to projects, and I did a new, that was going to World. Udon Sharp is a programming language, it's like C#, but now I'm opening a new world based on an avatar template. And of course, for advanced users, you could probably just start from scratch and then add these things in, but it's a lot easier to do it that way. And I really don't need these prefabs in here, although I do want to have the chickens around in this scene. So while I'm waiting, I might as well drop some. When we do have a pig, pig is Iron Age pig. We have Paula the pig on the property. We used to have the cows. They're not here anymore. They have the goats, so we can bring those in while I'm waiting for this. Okay, it looks like it loaded, so let me just save this. And let's go back to Florida Wildlife Corridor. Okay, so it's empty, but it does have the VR Chat SDK, which is good. And we have the Gesture Manager emulator that came in with VR Chat, and then VR Labs Avatars Manager. So there is no manager, there's nothing there. So again, I'm going to have to bring in my package. So I'll go to Windows and Package Manager. I have to do this for every project. I thought I could do it in one project, and apparently I can't. So let me go down to my Animal Pack Deluxe that I got for $5, and once again, I'll import it and let it decompress. I'll switch back to Rosebud here while we're thinking of it, and let's see, we do want to have an alligator somewhere around here. Where's the alligator? Scorpion, a viper. There are snakes here, so let's bring in the snake. And there are other critters here, but I don't see the alligator. I thought we had an alligator here. There's a wolf, there's a wild rabbit. So certainly you can put in the wild rabbit. And great white shark, but no alligator. Okay, so there's no alligator. Now let's go back and see what's happening here. It says, do you want to import all these animals? And I'll say yes again. And let it do its thing. While it's doing its thing, I'm going to continue working here on this. Salmon, oh, and there's a rat. I do need a rat in the scene. And salmon would be good for the lake. If I can zoom out and find the lake. Over here, I'll drop a salmon in. Just put the salmon there somewhere. It's a start. All right, now it's still unloading the animal pack. So stuff to play with while you're waiting. And I think I do want to get the other animal pack. I think it would be nice to have the the animal pack 2, which is here. So it's got zebra, camels, rhinoceros. What else does it have? Longhorn cattle, Indian elephant, Chicano bird, green lizards, but nothing relevant to Florida except for that box turtle, because we have gopher tortoises, and I guess we could use the gopher tortoise. So yes. You know, go back to Florida Wildlife Corner. So it looks like they're in. There we go. Now, Animal Pack Deluxe is here. The prefabs are here, and we wanted to bring in the bear. Drop it, actually don't drop it in the world. Drop it here so it's at 0, 0, 0, which is good. And then, of course, I double-clicked on it and went to the shader and darkened it up a little bit so it looked like a black bear. All right, so we're back to that part of this. And now we do what it said in the creating thing. We go into it and we add an avatar descriptor. Add component. So let's go back to the bear's prefab itself, add a component, and then say VR avatar descriptor. That comes up, that script is there. Now it has an avatar descriptor, so the next thing they tell us to do is to view the position. You'll set the view position, and to set the view position, it said that there's going to be a ball, a little white ball. This will be your camera. You see visuals of a small white sphere in the scene. Avatar descriptor, view position. Let's see what that looks like. So avatar descriptor here, there's view, there's the view position. I do see that little sphere. Look at that, there it is. It's way tiny. It is a little sphere, it's really tiny. So we want to bring it to the bear's head. Let's see. Bring it forward. Bring it up. Bring it to the left. Now let's move around. Can we really see it? There it is, I guess. That's it. It came out of the bear. Now it's in the bear. Go to forward. Bring it up. And it's in one eye right now, but really we should be putting it in, in between so that it's between your eyes. Okay. That popped it right in. And there we go, right between the eyes. All right, so that's that step. I'm going to step out for a second and then I'll resume this. I'm going to stop streaming. I'll come back on.